Hello there, everyone, if anyone is out there at all. Seems unfortunately we are on a second streak with horrible internet, but hey, I still wanted to stream this week. And today, if you haven't read the title, I'm going to be streaming Wiggly Paint. Why? Well, I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of sleep deprived tonight. I would lie to everyone in here, but I'm actually sleep deprived. Okay, I'm tired. So, but also the other thing too is while I am very tired, I also did wanna what's it called? I did wanna play Boards in the Dark Survival, but I knew that game would stress me because even if the VOD for it will never exist because of how messed up that stream it was. I like the game, okay? I like Bendy, I like Boris. I miss my toony friends. Oh god, but yeah, since no one I think is like looking at me right now, I guess I'll just go ahead and just stream Wiggly Paint. Let me go lower the music here actually. Alright, where's my little website thing? There we go. I'm gonna try something new. Hang on. This may or may not burn my computer, but we'll check it out. We'll see if it burns. If it not, then yippee! Yahoo! Wahoo! Oh, jeez. Alright, let's see. Oh, right. I've gotta use this like website thing like a long time ago. Where's the ink one? Yeah, we gotta go with ink, of course. But I have used this like website before, at least yesterday when I was like hanging out with my friends. It was really fun. I wish I could show you guys the drawing I did there because I did like a really cool neon one. Yeah, I used this one, Neon Moon Chariot. But unfortunately, it got stuck in my another account, and so locked between time. At least I get a geek out by myself about the song that's playing in the background. If anyone's watching this in the VOD, I'm playing Sonic Shuffle. If it's noticeable, I think I made it too quiet. I'm not good with audio mixing. If you can tell, I never noticed I was my sound's really quiet until I started hearing it over the phone. Felt really bad for that. I'm gonna be honest. Where was I? I guess I'll start with Bendy. He's the easiest one to draw. At least for everyone, not for me. I suck at drawing Bendy, unfortunately. You see, I am horrible at circles. I like this website so much, though. Like, all the colors are so soothing for the eyes. Oh, by the way, I don't know if this is surprising, but I'm drawing this with my finger right now. I do not surprisingly have an art pencil. Um, I just never paid for one. What's the use of it? I also don't have an iPad. Which, yeah, I know, surprising. Who doesn't have an iPad in this age? But hey, I use my phone a lot, okay? And the last one broke. I kind of miss my old iPad, if I'm going to be honest. Not just because it's a, what was it? Just because it was a good iPad. It just had a lot of really old stuff from my past, and I really miss it. I had like Equestria Girls on there. I don't know. I don't know if anyone on here had the Equestria Girls game, but I did, and I loved it a lot. I wish they could have updated though, because they were like about to add like more scenes and everything, but they never got to finish the school. Mr. Uberino here. The smiles is where like I mess up the most, because like when you do it wrong, it just doesn't look accurate to Bendy himself. So you gotta draw a lot of teeth. Don't try to go like little on the teeth. That's what I know and how to draw Bendy. Funnily enough, I draw more Ink Demon than I do Bendy. Not because like again, like, well, I do have more of a fondness for Ink Demon. but also just he's like way easier to draw for me. I don't know why. There's a little goober. There's our little man. Man, the myth, the legend. I gotta go back on those lines. I made them too squishy, so it makes the drawing look all bad, but yeah, I don't care. I'm not in the mood to care. I just want to have fun. I'm tired. I'm sleep deprived. I didn't get to sleep well last night because it was hot and sweaty. do you ever just hate like how hot and sweaty your room would get? I hate that. I hate that a lot. That's the thing about the website. You gotta be careful each line you make, because if you mess up, you can only go back like one time, and I don't like that. I want to go back, you know, like a normal app. But then again, you know, without these limitations, you can't, you know, be all fun and creative. Fuck, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. It's Bendy! Bendy the Dancing Devil! Yippee! That actually looks adorable. That's... I think that's the only time I know how to draw him up. Wait, can't forget his little signature detail. Oh, nope, my bad. What else can I add here? I'm gonna erase this little part, but I don't know, it adds to the little doodle effect. Oh, I know what I can add. Hope it doesn't go wrong. Yay! Oh, that's actually cute! Oh, wait. See a little something. Okay, hang on. Can I make it smaller? I thought I could make it like a little shine. Damn. What else can I add to this drawing? I'm having so much fun. I love drawing on here. I love this place. All my friends are in this place. Oh, no, go back. And then, where is it? Come on, there we go. Yay! I guess that's the end of it. That was quick. I'm gonna leave it on screen for a few minutes in case anyone wants to take a photo of it. I find it adorable. I like my own art. Many artists will despise their own art, but hey, here's the thing. You don't gotta be perfect with your art. Why? Well, perfection is what kills the artist, if, you know, we're looking for words of wisdom. Art is all about just, you know, making what you like. It's about the heart, not about the brain. The brain can be implemented, but the brain can never control the art. Because if it does, then sure, it can make something interesting, but it will just probably just be all tired out and tuckered, and you wouldn't like art as much. No matter how shitty of an artist you say you are, there's still a good art style you got out there for the world to see, you know? You can just draw basic stickmen, and you can still give flavor to those stickmen. That's my word of the day, or night, or week. I don't know. Hang on, I'll be back. ADHD kind of took control. I forget I mentioned So I started walking a little around around my room to pick up stuff, so you guys can take screenshots. But yeah, it's time for little Bendy over here to say bye bye, everyone. Next up, I wanna. What's another character to go? I could draw Boris since his game did release. Alright, bye bye, Bendy. We'll see you again. Oh god. Oh god, that felt a little aggressive there. Oh yeah. I'm watching stream through the thing. The phone. I forgot to say the phone. Oh no. That sounds bad. My bad. I'm just a little tired. Right. Right. Let's see if we can draw Boris. I'm not that good with Boris, I'll be honest. There's more of a squarish face. Oh. Doesn't feel right. Come on, Boris. Boris. He's got you know, he has kind of like bunny ears. Anytime I draw his ears, they remind me a bit of Jax from the Digital Circus. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I think in promotional art it's just the same length, but I like to think they get a little big at the end, just like kind of like bug antennas. I also draw it like that because I have a best friend who like was it like me and my friend group kind of consider ourselves like, you know, Team Dark, but also like the Bendy group in my own eyes. Where one of them's Twisted Alice, you know, of course I'm the Ink Demon, and then the other one is like Brute Boris and Boris. And I like to think of, you know, them as Boris, and anytime I draw Boris's ears, I think of their little personas like alien antennas. So I kind of draw them similar. Right, I should be drawing Boris. I shouldn't be yapping on this much. My bad. Look at this little man. I'm so cute, so wiggly. Wiggly. Fix that up. I fucked that up. That is wrong. No. There we go. I just erased a little too much. I really do hope the internet does not go out again. That's my worst fear. I'm gonna be so honest. Like, hang on, I gotta check chat. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, okay, it's all good. Just after last stream, I'm just terrified. I'm a spooky little man over here. Oh, come on. There we go. Over here. Done. Doodle. I'm sorry, that sounded like a JoJo reference. Dora. Thank God this application exists. To the people who made them, I want you to know I appreciate this a ton. This is good. This is good. Upgrade it, please. I think I saw you guys were trying to upgrade it. Please do. I would want to forever stream on this. I feel like I'm missing something with Boris, but I'm not sure. I guess it's the face that looks a little weird. I made the face too square. Square face. I wanna add these though. This will make it look a little cooler. Not cooler from Dragon Ball though. Let's erase it. It only works on the cheek. That looks wrong. I'm not gonna do that. I was thinking of copying the art I did in art class, but like, nah. But I really gotta try art pencil though. I'm gonna be honest. No, not art pencil. Hang on. Sleep deprivedness got the better of me on that one. My bad. I let the demons win. Wrong demon. Not the one on not the one from Bendy. Uh, you know, I want to try is it what's it called? Tablet pencil? Those things, you know, because I tried it last time. You know, I drew on this with my friend group. You know, I gotta try one of them, and it was really cool. I do feel a little bad when I tried it, because like I try to be, I was really off that day. Personal stuff was getting to my head, and when I was trying, I felt like I was tapping too hard, and I'm like, holy shit, my friend is putting a lot of trust in me. Do not fuck this up. Do not. This is not your property. Because that's happened before. I've had people like, I give them my stuff, and then just out of nowhere they come back being like, oh hey, yeah, I know you gave this to me and put a lot of trust, but like I broke it. And like it's not like a simple like, oh, you know, I kind of messed up and while breaking it, you know. Which, you know, if you were just clumsy and I gave it to you, then I'm like, yeah, you know, that's fine. You know, you can't control your clumsiness, you know. But like they purposely break it as if it was their own item, give it back to me and be like, yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of just like broke it knowing it was gonna break. So that's my bad. It's like, what the fuck? Okay. Um, let's do a swirly for Boris because I find that cool. It is going to be cool because I say it's cool. I like the highlighter so much. I like these sound effects. Just this whole stream is just gonna be me babbling on like an idiot. Like I like this. This is nice. I like that. This is nice. It's just I don't know what to say. It's just it's like sensory, you know. It's like a fidget toy mixed with a sensor. I don't know what those if those words are meant to be combined, but hey, that's what it that's what it makes me feel like. Just a little that, little this. Go back. Yay! Boris with a weird little circle. Yippee! Just gonna leave it on screen again in case anybody wants it. Not sure, but hey, you know, art is art. Take what you want. This one's free royalty, and also the bendy one. I'm probably gonna look back at the bendy one. I really like that one, and also Boris. Of course, after this one, I'm gonna do Alice. I've never drawn Alice before. I'm gonna be honest. I've tried once, and I kind of felt really bad because she did not look like Alice, and that made me sad. Fun fact: before before I got obsessed with Ink Demon, I actually was obsessed with Alice Angel. Yeah, shocking. Because if you're my buddy on on stream, you would know how pissed I am for what she did. Boris. I was pissed. You do not do that to Buddy Boris. Buddy Boris is Buddy. He's not a menace Boris, okay? Oh my god. But yeah, before, Ink Demon, I was actually, if the roles were actually reversed when I was a kid. So I was horrified of the Ink Demon. But I was totally, obsessed with Alice Angel. I even wanted to dress up as her in Halloween, but I was shit at making Halloween costumes. So I never did. And, at the time, they didn't make Halloween costumes of the Bendy characters. At least from what I remember, because like I looked like literally on the month of October was when Alice Angel released, and I look it up, and like they didn't have the Halloween costume. Is that a fucking roach? Sorry, I'm scaring myself in the darkness. Oh lord. Um, but what was it? Bye bye, boys. But you know, I was what was it? You know, they didn't have costumes at the time, so I assume like a year later or two, that's when they you know, released bendy costumes. Cause I know they're a thing. I looked them up before. Uh, but yeah, you know, it's just shocking to think. Cause I was actually petrified of the Ink Demon. Like if it was a real guy who was going to kill me, you know, I was a little kid. It is, you know, I was 10 when Bendy Ink Machine released. I was like scared. It scared the whimsy out of me. Well, no, they scared the whimsy into me. Alright, how this is. I really don't want to mess up Alice Angel. She is, again, even if I'm not a fan of Twisted Alice, I still keep her dear to my heart. So, yeah, she was one of my first favorites as a kid. I can't, you know, even if times have changed, I can't be, you know, all like, oh, I never met this character in my entire life. Let me see. Nope, that looks wrong. That looks wrong. That looks wrong. That looks wrong. That looks horrendous. Okay, bye bye. Alright. I just really hope I don't make it look like that one ripoff, that one ripoff plushie of Alice Angel. If you've seen it, it is, Lord Almighty, it is a thing. I actually need to pull up a reference of her. I'm gonna be honest. It's the hair that messes up. I'm gonna be honest. Cause like, what is it? It looks different in every position in my brain. So I gotta figure out how it looks like normally, you know? Okay, that's what it looks like normally. That's what it looks like normally. Okay. I hope I'm not messing her up. Come on. No, no, I'm going the wrong position. Yeah, eyelashes. Nose. And then little thing there. Little thing there. A circle above. I think I, hang on, no, that doesn't look too right. I made it like a little too like tilted the wrong way. That's the problem with the horns. Let me put in the hair. Oh yeah, fun fact. I don't know if anyone here has seen the Bendy comic books. I actually own one of the comic books. I'm very happy about that. No, that looks wrong. I'm sorry. I gotta do justice for the Alice fans, man. I can't fuck this up. I did not fuck this up, bro. I respected one, you know, Bendy character, two Bendy characters. I can't disrespect one. You know, they're like all together. You know, it's like Cuphead and Mugman. You can't mess up Cuphead, Cuphead, and then do right on Mugman. There we go. And we do the horns. Let me see her reference again. think I did her well. You know, she doesn't look too accurate to the games, but hey, that's something. You know, something's better than nothing. I'm actually happy with how it looks. This is actually way better than my last reference. Oh right, I forgot she has a little mole. I gotta add that. It's gonna be a little difficult to draw in like what's it called? The other characters though, because they're more like 3D than 2D. There have been what's it called? There have been like 2D drawings on the Twitter that I've seen. But you know, they're a little more different. They're like not like the cartoon. Am I off? I gotta make sure I'm not offline again. My internet's still low. But hey, you know, I'm still here. I'm still standing! Yay! I'm still standing, better than I've ever been. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah. Funny effects. I like funny effects. So cool. So cool. So cool. Oh god, sorry. I zoned out there for a quick second. I thought of something bad. I'm sorry. I was drawing Alice's signature, and I was thinking about really, really old memories of mine of, watching cartoons and stuff. And I remembered I don't know where it was. Might have been the Hub before, there was like what's it called? There was a channel called the Hub. I love that place. That's where the original My Little Pony used to air, and as well like really cool Transformer series. I heard that was like each episode was so expensive it put the studio in debt from what I heard. Um, what was it? Right. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know where I watched this, but there was a Care Bears thing. And I just remembered one of the episodes that left me confused. Because, like, the show was nice. It was pretty. It was all, like, 3D and stuff. And one of them was, like, about Cheer Bear. And they were, like, helping out children. And I just remembered one time he didn't want to play with a child. Because he thought he was so uncool and wouldn't be able to play with him. So he ran away. And I was, like, thinking about that episode again. Because as a kid, I was just confused. Why would Cheer Bear think a child is uncool? And, why wouldn't he play with them? And then I remembered the child was disabled in that episode. The child was disabled in that episode, and I realized, yo, that's kind of fucked. Like, I get there was a lesson. They didn't just end the episode there. It was a lesson about, like, hey, you shouldn't make assumptions about people for, what they look like and stuff, and their disabilities. But, like, I just realized how kind of fucked it is to have a Care Bear do that, bro. Like, imagine you're a child and like, awesome, I'd love to meet Cheer Bear, Like, in my world, he's, my favorite. And then, he looks at you. And then he runs away. Dog, I'd be sad. I think he did say sorry, though. That episode was very adorable, because at the end he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I was very rude. I'm sorry to you, little bro, I think he had, like, a surfer dude voice, I'm not sure. Also, I did see the message, and I don't know if I'll end the stream early, because, yes, I'm sleepy, but I'm not too tired that, I just can't keep awake. I'm just off. I'm just very off. wires. Does this something connect? Oh, it does, okay. I'm gonna make this night sky because I think in one of the bendy animations it was like her singing in, you know, in the moons and stuff. So I want to do something like that. And also the Sonic music is making me think of nighttime scenes from Sonic Rush. I love Sonic Rush. That was my first ever Sonic game. Blaze was like my favorite character, and I'd always play as her to the point that now if you give me the game, I'm actually able to like perfect almost every level she's in. As Blaze. Sonic, I suck as him. I'm sorry. To to my friend who knows Sonic the Hedgehog actual self. Well, not the voice actor, but you'll get it when we get to that moment. To the friend who knows Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm sorry, but I suck as playing as him. I am not that good. There we go. Yay, it's Alice! It's Alice Angel! Oh, no, back. Ta-da! Now you guys, can save if you want to the Alice Angel drawing. The little Goofy, shenanigan Goofy. Sorry, I was thinking that because it was a Goofy song playing. I should admit that looked weird. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm just admiring it. It's a cool drawing. Also, I'm gonna go drink water. Water is very nice. Remember, people, drink water. I don't care if it's just like, yeah, that. If you say, I don't know, drink water. I was meant to go somewhere with that, but my dumbass brain went like, fuck, how do we say that sentence? It's looking at its own script and it doesn't even know what to say. Bye, Alice. I'm glad I got to draw you well. I hope to draw you better. God, that's gruesome. God, I feel like I'm killing them. Alright. What's another character? I don't fucking Ink Demon. I'm gonna hold the plush throughout the whole time because I love this plush. I got an Ink Demon's U2's plush. Yeah, that's right. Not only do I know how to babble on about Bendy, I also own a lot of the merch. I like my Ink Demon plush. It's a nice plush. It is my favorite plush, It may not be accurate, and unfortunately they did sew the bow tie to the side. I like the plush still. I think what I find it funny is when my mom posted the ugliest thing on earth. Well, I consider it the cutest thing on earth. I like the big teeth. The big teeth are not spooky scary to me. The big teeth are very adorable. They're very cute. Okay, alright. Let's go drawing. I want to draw my little guy. Well, my big guy, more accurately. I want to draw my big fancy guy with a big fancy bow tie. I might not draw him accurately right now. I think I'm just drawing him goofy. Like how I doodle him. Oh yeah, later we gotta do like a little video thing. Cause like last time I got a short, surprisingly that got like 10,000 views. I know nobody who watched that short is gonna be watching this stream, but I just would like to say thank you to the algorithm and everyone who just considered watching it. Even if you didn't like it, still getting a view is still really enough for me. It's still very appreciative on my part. So
You know, everyone who watched it, thank you. You don't know me, and I do not know who the hell you are. But thank you nonetheless. Oh, that looks ugly. Oh, that is not Inkdemon. Inkdemon is not ugly. He's cool. He's cool and he's fancy. I gotta drawing cool. Cool. Yay! I know how to draw. I always get so scared when I don't know how to draw.
Let's go.
Just gonna draw in goofy style right now.
Let's go.
I know you shouldn't look that accurate, but shut up. Also, I gotta remember my own rules of just like don't try to make the art perfect. I gotta constantly remember that. Look at him in his big chompers. Look at him, he looks like he's gonna bite someone's heads off. Cute. You know what's really funny also? I actually consider the Ink Team very adorable. I know a lot of, like, I know he's badass. And I do see him as badass. But I find him adorable. I find him cute. I mean, look at him. He just kind of growls whenever he's pissed off. That's adorable in my eyes. Look at him. I also find the fact that, like, the only, like, everybody who really likes the Ink Team, they, like, really want him, they think, he's all sexy and shit. Me? I just find him like me. He's fucked up, just like me. He's a special little guy, just like me.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let me see. Yeah, big shoulders, if I remember. I'm not sure. I do know he got spike on his shoulders. He's a spiky man. He's like a hedgehog. Got one spike, two spike over here. And then got a little messed up bow tie. I may or may not have forgotten how the bow tie is structured, but I think I'll get there. I know one of them is like shorter than the other.
Here we go.
Yay!
Here we go. Here we go.
Inky.
Here we go.
Sorry, anytime I say Inky, I keep thinking of Hatsune Miku going like 7,
Here we go.
11, Ikki-boo. Ah! I love that so much. It's so cute. Oh yeah, fun fact for people who don't know much about Vocaloid. The costume they use in that commercial is actually called Mikudayo, which is also in, I think, like Colorful Stage, I think is what it's called. I might be wrong. But basically, Mikudayo is based on like a Hatsune Miku game that released on the 3DS. Problem, it accidentally ended up looking very, very creepy. And so... and so, they just like ended up naming it Mikudayo. Cause like, what was it? The game was called like, I think, XD Mirai. I'm not sure why they called it Mikudayo, I'm gonna be honest. They did little shows with the costume though. They were like, look, they're making shows. And I think they still have it. I've seen like a video where they interact with like the Sonic mascot, and it's like one of the newer mascots at the time. I hope they never get rid of that. I really do hope they never get rid of that. Also, again, my video is delayed to the chat, but yes, that is Inkdemon. That is my special little guy. My special man. I gotta make it cool. I gotta little spiky shit. We gotta make it badass. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Because I keep thinking of, what is it? I keep thinking of anytime I say badass, I think of this YouTuber called Dubus Goobus. He's really funny. I highly recommend you guys watch him. But you know, I watch his videos, and there was one time he did like a Mario, like Peach and Bowser Jr. and Bowser, little YouTube skit, and I always laugh at the way Bowser Jr. says like, "But Mama said this shit was badass." Oh, I get spit on here, gross. No. But yeah, you know, I always think of that anytime I say the word badass. Because it's just funny. It's just really funny. Mama said this shit was badass, and was she wrong? Ooh, wait, go back. I can do the effect. I forgot. Inkling has this really cool effect where he can make everything dark. That's like one of my favorite effects. I like that he does that. I love that he does that. As a fan of the dark, I absolutely adore that. I would like to sit in the dark. It'll be cozy. It'll be all cozy. You know, you just sit around and you see the world look like, you know, a bunch of stars in the night sky. I love the night sky. Night sky is cool. I'm gonna do a little effect here. I'm gonna get the other color back, don't worry. He's so cool. He's such a cool guy. I really do hope out of anything this is not the clip I get famous for or the bot I get famous for. Cause could you imagine? You know, I'm just here babbling on, sleepy like an idiot, wanted to stream, wanted to be on that grind, and then people for the first time see my channel and then go, why are you talking obsessed about the ancients? I don't know what you're talking about. That's not me. That's not you, Roderick? That's not me. That is not me. Maybe it was a bad idea. I stayed streaming. I decided to stream while sleeping. Cause hey, fun fact, while I will never get drunk in my life, maybe only if like, you know, I don't know, if I want to or something to have fun with my friends. Do not get me drunk. Do not look. Hang on. Do not talk about the Yankee while I'm drunk. Do not. Okay, for the love of God. Either you, me, somebody, nobody talk. Nobody even mention. Well, okay, you can mention ink. It'll probably like whisk away my drunk mind. But do not in any way mention the ink demon while I'm tipsy. I swear to God. That is going to be embarrassing. That is actually going to be embarrassing. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I know a lot of fun facts about this guy because I find him interesting. And I don't want to babble on about each little fun fact I know about him. Like, oh, hey, did you know that the ink demon kind of has the power to phase through walls? And one time he ripped a body and he phased through a wall with it. So that means if he could just kind of nab your shit. Do not let me babble on about him, please. Please, for the love of God. I think I hit my Switch. I think I hit my Nintendo Switch. Oh, God. Nobody. Nobody mention it while I'm drunk, please. For the love of everyone in the room. Oh, that is actually embarrassing. I hate that I get like this with him. Out of any damn person, character, whatever, character, not person. Oh, God. Feels a little empty over here. I want to do more quests. Why is the song playing right now? It sounds like an emo song. I'm not the only one going insane, am I? Maybe I can do this instead. Yeah, that'll look cooler. That'll look cooler. So, I'm so close to just imperfect. And then just, you know, sensing cell coming in. Perfect, you say? No, don't let this one get me. Fucking man, this drawing is so cool. Yeah, you know, I might even consider it myself perfect. Perfect, you say? Do, 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 do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because I'm not, it's not just a PNG of so, you know, popping up. It's the idea of him slowly walking over as the song plays. That's what gets me. I almost left myself completely in the dark, my bad. But yeah, Inky, I don't want to delete this one, but I have to. I'm gonna save it. Fuck it. What, y'all gonna tell me not to save it? This is my own drawing. You guys got enough to save, you know. I do want to draw Henry later though. There's not enough love for Henry when there should be. Henry should be appreciated. He's one of the first, you know. Sound effects. Sound effects. I can edit these sound effects. Oh my god. No, I'm not. No, I can't do that. I can't edit stuff. I can't edit shit. Come on, let's go tappy tap. I'm gonna name this one Inky. Not IK, Inky. Because, you know, special little guy. You know, special little guy. Not little, big guy. Big guy. Gotta remember, he's a massive man. He is not no little thing. I think, like, literally he's so tall he hunches over. That is not a little man. Fucking. They don't have canonical heights for the characters, I assume? Cause like I've checked the wiki, I gotta check the other wiki because I've checked, you know, the fan one, and weirdly they deleted some stuff from there, and I find that strange. It was stuff for Boris and the Lone Survival. What the fuck am I talking about? Boris and the Dark Survival, that one. They deleted stuff for that for Boris and the Lone Wolf, but I don't know. I feel like they should have kept it. You know, Boris and the like Dark Survival and Lone Wolf are like different generations of the same game, and I feel like it would have been better if they kept that one and then added stuff for Boris and the Lone Wolf. Cause yeah, you know, it's the same game, but like, again, it's like a whole 8 years have passed since the original Bendy, and maybe like around maybe 6 or 7 for Boris and the Dark Survival. It's like, you know, I feel like it would have been nice. It would have been nice to just go back and forth, you know. Or maybe you could have changed Boris and the, you know, Dark Survival to Boris and the Lone Wolf. Kept all the old stuff, rewritten all the, you know, all the old things. You know, change stuff if you had to. And then, yeah, you know, you would have called it like, you know, the beta version of Lone Wolf, and then, you know, the actual now current version of Lone Wolf. This might be a bad timing, but have you guys ever seen the Inkyman's old animation right now? Cause it was really funny. I gotta tell you. So like, when I was playing Boris and the Lone Wolf, it was like I played it on the exact same game, but I also streamed it the day after its release. But basically in there, you know, you had the regular stuff, new updates. I didn't get to play it much. I still want to play it more. I just haven't played it because of stress, you know, of the week. But when playing, you know, the Inkyman, you know, he walked around and stuff. But he had a specific chase run problem. It was a very poor run. It was, you know, the thing about the Inkyman, when you see him, you think demon, right? You see the ink demon, you think demon. So you think, how do the demon run? Do demon run fast? Do demon, you know, use his whole force, you know, maybe go on fours like an animal, like Sin from Murder Drone, something like that. He just jogged. And I don't mean like a jog where it's like, you know, like incredible, you know, like actual full force. He just, how do I say it? Imagine like a puppet. You're like lifting a puppet and then lowering the puppet and then lifting the puppet. It was just kind of like that, you know? So he'd run at you, but he'd run at you like a man. Like, human man with a little bounce to it, and and it was so goofy being chased by it. Cause like he's not like actively trying to like reach his hands out, trying to rip you apart, you know, like full on ready to bite your head off. No, no, no. He was just jogging. He was just going wait, 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 wait. And it was funny. It was funny to watch. Cause here's the funnier part. I think that was an older animation for Dark Revival. Like if some people went to like Dark Revival files, and I assume they like found these unused animations, and they found the running animation. So we saw that, and then the game came out, and then like Bendy fans, we weren't pissed from what I saw. I think most of the fans were just having a little laugh, like, oh look, he's running a little goofy, It makes the game less terrifying, but hey, it's a funny run. But after I think 2 to 3 days or a week, I forgot the timestamp. The game got updated. It was very quick. It was a quick update. I know that. And they updated the game, fixed some bugs, lighting, issues, and then they updated the whole running animation. And that's the part that shocked me, because like most game companies, they just leave it in. They're like, yeah, we fucked it up, but hey, we got more important like fish to fry. So, we'll deal with that, and then we'll leave it there. We'll leave it to be a little fun thing for the fans, Just a little knick-knack for the fans. But no, they fixed the, running animation. So now whenever he runs, he actually does a little reference to his running from the original Bendy games, and I find that cool. I find that cool. Like, he has his arms out, he's like ready to get you. He's stumbling a little, but at the same time, you can tell he is a grabby motherfucker, and if he don't run, he will catch. It's like, if you look away from him and you assume you're safe for even the tiniest second, he's already strangled you. He's already grabbed you. He's already went, meow. But yeah, like, I find that cool. I gotta see a bit of the animation in the game, not a clear one, but then later on someone extracted it on Twitter. And while the background does blend a little with, his character, not that much, but like compared to other gifts for me. Yeah, it looked really cool. I liked it. I like how you can see him, like, just to get like a little more boost, he literally claws at the floor to just kind of like throw himself at you. I find that cool. I find that awesome. So cool. So cool. So cool. Sorry. Oh god, I should be drawing more Bendy characters, but I just want to yap. Is it fine if I just yap to y'all? This might be the thing I warned you early in the stream, where you do not mention the ink demon, and I'm already rambling on shit about it. But what was it? Where was I going over here? I was watching Battle for Dream Island though. Fun fact, I'm gonna get called an uncle right here, right now, but hey, I don't give a shit this point in time. I was actually born before Battle for Dream Island, which was... Hang on, give me a second, chat. Hang on. So it's like an object show animation, what I'm talking about, where it's like, people battle for Dream Island. I gotta check a quick second, because when I saw the YouTube videos, they were like, I'm older than them, obviously, that's where I was getting at, I'm older than fucking 15 years ago. But 15 years ago was when Five Nights at Freddy's released. Is this released at the same time as Five Nights at Freddy's? No. No, that can't be. That can't be. Hang on, I'm actually losing my mind. This can't be. No way this released the same. How old is Five Nights at Freddy's? How fucking old is Five Nights at Freddy's? Oh no. No, I'm losing my fucking mind. Give me a second, hang on. No, I got it wrong. No, FNAF is not 15 years old. Okay. Okay, I was actually losing my mind because I forgot. I think I got confused with like Sonic's little anniversary thing. Cause I thought FNAF was like 15 years old, and I'm like, wait, 15? But like, no, that can't be. I remember this existed way before FNAF. No, FNAF is like 10 years old. Battle for Dream Island is older than FNAF. And fun fact, it lasted longer than the Confederate, fucking party. I find that funny. The annoying words lasted longer than the Confederate Party, so racism will never win. I'm sorry, this sounded off topic, but you get what I mean, you know? You get what I mean. Racism bad. Enjoy art, even if it's cringy as shit. So, yeah, I was watching Battle for Dream Island. I grew up with the series. I did get lost afterwards when I was little, because I think they were like fan animations or something, or they weren't numbered, and so I was like confused and just stopped watching because I didn't understand anything. I was like, I think 6 at the time, I was like freshly born new conscious. It wouldn't be like 6 years old, it would be 4, but you get the idea. Honestly, it's strange to think that like we've, for my generation at least, Gen Z, we have now started to reach our 20s-ish, the 18s, the 20s, finally like young adulthood. And because of that, we started to realize that, oh my god, we have, at least for our fandoms, we'll have to tell the new generation about like these really older fandoms. Unless, the creators like, they update and then like, we get them popular and stuff. Like Battle for Dream Island. If you see like the funny numbers, like let's say, you're on TikTok and you see green number 2 with like a face, or like blue number 4 with a face. Yeah, those are from Battle of Dream Island. Yeah, the original object show. The object show. And like they got a lot of new fans, and I find that really cool. Cause it's so interesting to see these creators from back in like 2000s create, make one creation, at least, one creation that lives this long, and you get to see it you get to see it at its fullest, you get to see it grow and change and be, what happens when the creation is this alive? Like, could you imagine if the people who made Battle for Dream Island, just felt tired of it, just didn't feel that motivated to keep the series? Like, you never see these things. Like, imagine they never voice acted in the new Digital Circus trailer. And yeah, that's right. In the little like merch lineup, I think there are 2 people working on it. No, there's a team. There's a team behind it, from what I saw in the comments. They wouldn't be, one of them wouldn't be just voice acting the, knockoff Bubble from, or Bliss, it was like Bubbles but backwards. But yeah, they wouldn't have that wouldn't have happened, and I find that interesting. It really does make me think of like old series back then that were just made like 2000s, early 2010s, and just what would have happened if they kept being popular? What would have happened if the creators just kept on going, didn't care if the viewers were going down and everything, or they never had burnout? What if they just kept on working on it, kept on just having fun with it, and kept on just, instead of losing the core of it, shifting it to newfound love and appreciation, that last sentence sounded very complicated and contrasting, my bad. But you get the idea, and I find that so fascinating to just see these tiny creations grow and become their own thing, and to see them practically evolve to show the talents of the people behind it, and how even if you have just one little brain, or you and a friend are just having fun and wanting to practice animation, it can turn into just this big, wonderful, giant fandom that will inspire many after you. and create many people that just use your work as examples for them, you know, little inspirations for themselves to make their own projects and dream. Honestly, fun little fact. That's actually what I wanted to do with this YouTuber and streamer thing. I only I you know, sure, a lot of people make it for money and views and to be famous. I just wanted to make a little space for artists. My little Sona is just the embodiment of creativity. So who am I not to make a little place for just artists to have fun and create and just everything, you know? There's barely any. Well, not that much, but sorry, I zoned out a bit there in the sentence. But you know, there's barely any space that just like, you know, doesn't hold really mean-spirited people inside. There's always just one guy in the corner saying your art sucks and it's ass, and you know, putting a bunch of slurs in there. I just, you know, I want to make a space for everyone, you know. One space, you know, for like kids or start beginner artists to just get advice from other artists, you know. You know, realism artists giving advice to cartoonish, and then cartoonish giving advice to realism. People who gone to art school, people who haven't. That's the reason I wanted, like, you know, I made this whole damn thing. Honestly, what I'm hoping is later on in the future, I think I might have said it in a previous VOD, but in the future, I want to make like a whole website inspired by old Flash game, not Flash game, by old company websites like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, where, you know, one place it'd have, you know, a little chat room where people can post their arts, like a newsletter thing, and you have different channels on like what subject you want, like, is this like, you know, since my channel is 16 plus, that now that I remember. Now that I remember it's 16 plus, I forgot about that. You know, we got specific chat room with, I don't know, people who watch my streams and just, you know, want to make the characters, or people who, you know, don't want, you know, can't watch my streams or are unable, but find my character cool. They can interact there. Maybe not, I do gotta think of them better. I am very, very tired and cannot think straight. But, you know, I want to do stuff like that. And then, like, I also want to add games to the websites that may or may not involve character lore. Like, dress up games for fun where I get an excuse to, you know, show off my persona's different forms. Maybe a little mini game Halloween event just for people who like Halloween and want to have special little events. It'll be difficult since most of the games back then were made in Flash, but from what I remember nowadays they're made in Unity. So I need to figure out how to use Unity for, you know, dreams like that to happen. But hey, who knows? My only reason is to become popular, but that's so I can have a team and create a wonderful little art space for everyone. You know, I know Walt Disney is a kind of, you know, one person can think of him as bad, one person can think of him as good type of guy, but I use him lightly as inspiration, because back then when like I had to research him for like a school project, I found out that, you know, he actually considered a lot about artists. The only reason Disney went downhill is because, you know, I think his great grandkid kid or like nephew or something like took over the company and tried to get really money hungry with it. But he was just honestly a really creative guy. Like, he considered all forms of, you know, before he started up Disney, you know, he started up multiple different companies, but also he tried out every single different animation to see which one was easier to work with. Like, he actually took the craft with his own hands, tested it out, and saw, hey, okay, this one's easy for me to work with, so people, you know, so it'll probably be easier for other people to work with. So, you know, I'll make this company, I'll make these animations, and then boom, you know, he did all of that. I wanna do something similar. Not completely like Disney, you know. He's his own guy, and I'm my own person. But I do want to take inspirations of that, where I learn the crafts of each and different thing, and then maybe tell people my findings and just give out my little creations to the world, so they get to use it for their own little safe space. I'm sorry, what? How long has the stream been? Oh, we reached an hour. So I still got an hour left. Originally, I know I was supposed to stream Bendy, but I'm a yapper. I'm sorry. I'm fluent in Japanese. I like speaking my ideas out in the world, because if one day I disappear, at least I'd have somewhere, I'd be remembered. Might be a little weird to say, but I'd rather die as an idea than die, than have my soul completely vanish. Because at the very least, an idea will always and constantly live on. No matter how much you think it doesn't exist. It exists for someone. Someone out there. Anyway, who should I draw in Bendy again? I should draw Audrey, but I don't know how to do her hair. I didn't really like Audrey. Audrey is a cool character. I could draw Sammy Lawrence. It's been long. My blind demon. Oh, this I should do. Let's draw Sammy. Sammy Lawrence. Sammy Lawrence. He's a lost one night of swoon. He probably has a face. He worships the ink demon so he can escape his prison. Everyone knows him. He's the cultist of the land. He will set you free for the price of your sacrifice. I'm Mr. King Dice. I'm the greatest in the land. Oh, shit, that's wrong. Gotta remember that he's got some suspenders. And that's it, with a little texture on his mask. I used to dress as him for Halloween and conventions. It was really cool, but unfortunately kids only recognize me. I still laugh at that every day. That what was it? That every time I dress up as Sammy Lawrence for conventions, only little kids would like notice me, and all my other friends would have like actual people around their ages like talk to them. Oh, jeez. Like, I remember the first time I went to a convention as Sammy Lawrence, I was like super excited to meet Bendy fans and just like interact with people and stuff. Like, oh my god, Bendy fans, we're not all dead. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then it wasn't until hours after the convention that like I started thinking about it, and all my friends had like, all of these cool people just walking up to them, be like, oh my god, you're so cool, and then like, they take photos and they talk about their fandom, and then there was me, and my only interactions were little kids who looked at me, and then they got really excited. They were adorable though. It was really adorable, because like I remember one that was like super cute, where I was standing, by myself. I was with my friend buddy looking at a live alligator because somebody brought one at con. And then, they like poke at me and they'd be like, look. And then like I look over and there was a little kid just staring at me. And he looked at my, Bendy plush in my arms. And I like raised it up, and I just waved the little plush at him. Oh, jeez. He was like so excited. He was like, Bendy! I remember like when that happened, I was like actually a little concerned when he knew Bendy, because like at the time Dark Revival was a newly released game. And like I don't know if any of you guys know Dark Revival, but Dark Revival, you know, I know it's a little dark. It has a little, like, there are little, like, hanged lost ones and shit in there. And, like, you know, you see the actual ink demon, like, sure, it's not that gory, but, like, he does actually eat, like, a lost one in front of your face and organs. Mentioned a lot of death, like, in an insane laboratory and stuff. You see, Wilson get chopped up and shit. It was like, Poppy's Playtime, a little bit, I would say as a reference. But yeah, you know, like at the time, Dark Revival was like the newest released game, and I was like a little concerned that this kid like knew Bendy and was just like, you know, knew about Dark Revival, because I had the Dark Revival Bendy plush, you know, Ink Demon plush, Ink Demon. You know, I had Dark Revival Ink Demon, and I don't know, it looks a little different from Bendy and the Ink Machine Ink Demon. I'm not sure. Something about him got a little, you know, upgrade to his style. I think it might be the smile. Do little music notes because he is a composer. He's an insane man, but yeah, you know, that's life be like that. Like, you know, sometimes you just want to be an insane cultist, but don't fucking murder people. That is wrong. Do I remember how to draw these notes? I do not. It has been long. Guitar class did not teach me shit. When I go to a guitar class, y'all don't go to guitar class to my school. Will I be calling out the school? I wish. I wish, but nah, I am a professional. I ain't letting anything out. But my type of school, they did not teach me shit. Like, some teachers were great. They were amazing, but this one... 3 years in goddamn guitar class. Can I play a single song? Not entirely. I know how to slightly play Love of You from Steven Universe. No, Love Like You. And then, you know, I used to play like a Sonic song. I forgot what it was called. I know how to sing it, but I forgot what it was called. And I immediately forgot how to play it. I have a guitar, but the problem is it's unfortunately like a really shitty guitar. And we need to go to a guitar shop to like fix it, or maybe buy myself a new one. Because I love playing guitar. I actually want to learn how to play the bass, you know? That's my favorite. Back then, like, you know, when I first took my first ever guitar class, we had this really cool teacher who would, this really cool teacher who actually, you know, knew how to like help students and make them learn. And he actually taught me in the classroom how to play guitar. But then, you know, he left the school immediately afterwards, and the rest was just substitute. At least I had like the computer in front of me, but then they banned computers from the music room for some fucking reason, because kids were looking at fishing videos. So then, you know, I had to deal with a new music teacher the year after, because I still wanted to learn guitar. And then the teacher did not teach us guitar in a specifically guitar class. She taught us piano. Listen, I have no hatred for piano. I also want to learn a little bit about it, because piano sounds nice. Okay, if Chris can do it, so can I. But, god damn it, I wanted to learn how to play the bass, okay? I wanted to, you know, learn bass and do cool shit with the bass, you know, learn some chords and stuff. We barely learned about chords. We weren't even forced to learn about chords. We were forced to learn about music notes. What am I gonna do with music notes if I don't know my damn chords? Like, I'm being so genuine here. Like, But yeah, if one day I really truly want to get a guitar and learn just how to, actually play it. Cause guitar is cool for me. Bass, even better. I gotta finish it here, Sammy Lawrence singing. But you get what I mean. Maybe one day I can play cool shit. Be cool. Sammy Lawrence's background doesn't look the best. I'm gonna make him a little messy. Yeah, it's Sammy. It's Sam. Sam, man. Hang on, guys. Just gotta fix stuff. There we go. It's Sammy. Now y'all can save it if you want. It's not the best, and I'm sorry the art is degrading here. But maybe I might make a little post of drawing Sammy Lawrence, because I think if you follow my Instagram, you've seen I have multiple drawings, specifically of Demon. But choice. Okay, he's cool. But yeah, I could do drawings of Sammy Lawrence. I do have a Tom drawing from a long time ago. I think this was again around when Dark Revival released, and I was doing a little drawing challenge. It was like the first ever time I've drawn Bendy characters, like first ever time. Which, yeah, you might be wondering, wait, weren't you like a Bendy fan since like you were 10? And I mean, yeah, but unfortunately, cringe culture was a thing, still is, and I fucking hate it. But I cringe culture was a thing, and it just made me really scared to do any fan things except just watch videos. So I never got my chance to watch classic Bendy videos, draw the characters, or interact anything at all with fandom spaces, because I was afraid of getting doxxed and bullied and told to kill myself, which is no different from this day and age, except unfortunately back then it was lighter. All my friends didn't give a fuck, but I did. Because I knew that, if I were on the internet, everybody would associate me with that name. You do not understand how many people will find a specific person, no matter how much they change their name. It was scary to me. But anyway, there's Sammy Lawrence, Mr. Sam Man, Mr. Banjo Man. I hope, at least in Bendy 3, because I heard the cage got, got put with Bendy 3. I hope we do get to learn about Sammy Lawrence, because he is a very cool character. He's actually my second favorite character, right beside Zinc Demon. Because when I first got into Bending the Ink Machine, it was actually when Chapter 2 came out. He scared the shit out of me, obviously, because it was, I was a scaredy cat with games. But again, he was, I kept watching Bendy because it was one of my only horrors that I could handle, I was a big scaredy cat and I had to learn to be strong, so Bendy taught me how to be strong. So, he's second character, second best. Ink Demon's obviously gonna win by a large margin because he's fucked up like me. He's a man who's been ridiculed and called a mistake and became the mistake, and goddamn it, I relate. I won't, I won't let what people say, I won't let the people win, but damn it, I understand your pain, Inky. Anyway, should I just draw Sonic characters at this point? Hang on, if anyone's in the chat, do you want me to mix it up? Do you want me to mix it up right now? Should I just add color, draw Sonic characters and stuff? I've drawn like 5 characters at this point. Kind of forgot the video's delayed. I might wait a bit. maybe I can draw Sonic characters. Maybe I can draw Forsaken. Forsaken is very cool. Maybe I can draw the Tenna. I like Tenna. Ooh, or Powerpuff Girls. That's also interesting. Hmm. You know, I'm gonna do something interesting. Let me go to options. I wish there was like a little random thing here where you could just like pick whatever. Oh, this is nice in the dark. Hang on. This one's really nice. Let's see. Hmm. I'm just gonna draw how I feel right now. Cause like, why not? Cause it's just, I think the reason I'm really sleepy as well on stream is because unfortunately I'm playing Sonic Shuffle music. I've never listened to it before, but you know, I like giving like really obscure games their own little highlights, even if super small. But unfortunately, this game is way too damn relaxing. It is way too fucking relaxing, bro. I am sleepy. What else should I make here? Little thought bubble here. You know, this kind of implies that my persona doesn't have hair for whenever they sleep, and I actually find that adorable. Maybe I should keep that. Maybe I should keep that little fun fact that they don't have any hair whenever they like sleep. It's like a little like turn off thing where it just goes boop. What's my persona dreaming about? If I was sleepy, which I am, what would I be thinking about? Keeping little dots over here and there. What's this one do? This one's just a little darker. Could like do that. Put a little effect. No, I could erase it. Oh, hang on. I think I left the computer for my charger. Oh, I do not want my stream to crash again. We are not recreating that. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Oh, I had the eraser. Oh, that's. Oh no! Alright, come on. You know, you may be sleepy, but so is this drawing. Make it real. They're just sleepy in their own dream. Oh, did the music end? Hang on. Give me a second, everyone. I think the music ended. There we go. Oh wow, are we? Oh wow, the Sonic Shuffle OST is about to end right now on the background. Whoops. I guess I've been streaming that long. What song should I play after this, actually? I'll play something random, you know, since the stream isn't sponsored or anything. I might just, you know, lightly put something a little copyrighted. I'm not sure. Who knows? Anyway, just little tiny goober. Ta-da! That is my drawing. Take a picture if you want. It is my Sona sleeping. Because I am a tired fuck. Oh, jeez. Gonna probably obliterate it in a few seconds. Save if you want. I don't know. It's your world. My art I give to the world. Bam. What's another one I could do? What's this one do? Okay, so it does that. Right, this is the one I've been using. There's this one. It's got a funky sound. I gotta use that one later. Okay. Where should I draw? I think I might keep silent on this one. but may still got tomorrow. When the tug fight won't and you know how to stop them. It looks so hazy, but you can answer in your head. No, you fight those buttons just you. Oh god, this lyric sounds so shit. Just doing my little thing. I know you have so much heart in your soul. I know you have so much care, don't hide it at all. 'Cause tonight is your time to shine. No matter what happens, you'll be fine. You will shine until the light I'm sorry, I'm trying to go with the song in the background, but it's just not going right. I think I'm gonna end the drawing there. I think that's it for this drawing. I'll do another one. But yeah, you know. I don't know what I was going with this one. I just the colors reminded me of flowers. So let me go put on a song in the background right now, because this one's like the final one. Give me a second. I know the perfect one. There's this channel I watch and they make really cool songs. Let me go find it for you guys. Playlist. No, it's not there. I guess it's in my likes. Give me a second. How do I find my own history? There it is. Nope. I think there's something wrong there. Give me a second. I almost got it. There you go. Found it. Hang on. You might hear things. That's my fault. Let me see. Can't play Nintendo songs. I know that. Where's the calm songs? Where it goes, I don't know. This is something da 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 da. Keep ignoring the fire that is roaring. Am I sinking? Am I? Tell me what you wanna see. Okay, I found the channel. I'm just getting closer to finding the video, because there's specifically a Sonic video they did that I really like, and it's very calming. Oh yeah, by the way, just because like I don't see the channel getting that much recognition that it deserves. There's a channel called Dream Castle with a TM at the end. Highly recommend them if you like listening to like all like city pop ish versions of songs, future funk, and then oh shit, did they update the old title? Oh my god, I think they might have. Oh, that would have been cute. Where is it? Oh, I loved it so much. There you go. It's one of the first videos they ever did. Trust me, it's very calming. I hope y'all can hear it. Alright, that's it. Let's see what more we can draw.
Select a memory card. Why did this have to happen?
think that's a cool drawing. I still got a little more on me to do more. But I like this type of drawings now. Maybe I should do these every Saturday where I make good night drawings for everyone. I wish that'd be cool. Where I get a collab with like all these like cool lo-fi channels, and I just draw on stream. Yeah. Alright then. there's your knuckles drawing for the night. I guess I'll do a Tails one later. I do want to do a Shadow and Rouge one, because, of course, those are based on my best friends. God, that is loud. You know what? I think this might be the end of the stream right now. Mainly because, again, I think I probably made a lot of people sleepy at this point. But hey, you know, at least I gotta draw something with sleep deprived. I gotta draw a lot of things. And I think this is gonna be one of the few ones I'm really proud of posting as a VOD, even if it's me bad. Who knows, I might get embarrassed at being called out for my little ramblings about the ink demon. God, again, I really do hope this is not the most popular one, and then people see me just ramble on about ink demon, and just having people question me, being like, "So, you have a thing for the demon?" I mean, a thing. I mean, it's a little specific. Do you though? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. There's a reason to call him my big guy. But alright. I guess this is the end of the road, guys, fellas, homies. I don't know. But this is the end of the road. I hope everyone had a great time, or whoever in the future had a great time. I really want to draw this, next week. And if nothing super excited happens in Vending Machine, where I have to buy a new game and play it online, or I am super energized and really need to play Boris and the Lone Wolf, then yeah, I definitely want to do more streams on this little thing. This little goober is fun. Oh, and if you are an artist and if just watch the end, I might post a comment about it later. If you're wondering what program I'm using, it's called Wiggly Art. Oh no, Wiggly Paint. Because there's one drawing program called Shaky Art, which is just you messing with like shaky lined art. But Wiggly Paint is just imagine like Flip Note mixed with MS Paint. That's what it is. And yeah, I guess I'll see everyone later. Have a good night. Have a good day. May you follow your well, my dreams. Hang on. Sorry, that sounded rude. But hey, may your adventures go well, and I hope no matter what, you find a treasure at the end of the road. Whether it be uh, metaphorical, physical, either way, I hope you get to your destination. Good or bad, may you just find that inner peace. Adios, everyone.
Oh no.